you probably, or I don't know, you were or not, but University of Ljubljana in Slovenia is the biggest university, established in 1990. So we were celebrating the 100-year celebration in last for 2 years. And at the same time, in 1990s, also the Faculty of Mechanical was established. Of course, at that time under a bit different name, but anyway. So besides this, the biggest university, Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, is also the best university in Slovenia, or even in wider region here around, because we are collaborating, or we work closely with the society, with the industry in Slovenia and also abroad. So the students that are coming to our faculty are the focus, or we are giving them the focus and competence, not just to the basic knowledge, but also the knowledge that is changing a lot in last year. The whole field of mechanical engineering, you know, you are aware of that, is changing. The society is changing. For example, after the 2035, we won't be able to use or to buy any new car that will have just the internal combustion engine. So the politicians, they change the way of development, or the way that we all, or the society goes. But the problem with that is that we have to build the new products, we have to develop new technologies, and mechanical engineers, we can say, are those that are trying, or at the end, we are finding the solutions to the challenges, or giving the ideas from the beginning, from the innovative knowledge to the end, to the final product that can be then used either in the industry, society, or the society. We are also proud that more than 10% of our students are females. So girls as engineers are also very successful, not just in Slovenia, but worldwide. So that's also the confirmation, or one of the aspects, that mechanical engineering has changed a lot. If somebody says that mechanical engineering, it's still just those green machines with a lot of grease and gears, yeah, that's not the case anymore. Today, we are dealing with all this digitalization, with the electrification, with the green mobility, with modern medicine, and of course, then the gender balance can be easily proved. So there were two nice conversations with the really good our students that are now working in the industry. One is Špina Bolka, and she said at the time that she really liked the study, or this mechanical engineering field, because at the end, I mean, you do stuff that at the end you can be proud of. You know what kind of product you have done, and you can hold it in your hands. Then the other woman engineer last year, it was basically the competition for Woman Engineer of the Year. She said mechanical engineering is really interesting and flexible. And then I was scared what she will say, but she said flexible because mechanical engineers can be successful if they work 95% with the computer, so in the office, and 5% with the real stuff. But the same can be, or it's possible, or you can be successful either if you do it around, so 95% with hands, so some physical stuff, and then just 5% with the computer. So that just tells us how wide the mechanical engineering is, and it is changing a lot. I usually say that if we think that mechanical engineering didn't develop, then just think about the automotive industry. If you sit or drive the car that it's 5 years old, you would say it's an old technology, nothing new, or it's old technology, but the new cars, they are completely different with much better technology. That's just a sign that mechanical engineering is developing. Um, with that in mind, we also changed our programs, updated our programs 2 years ago, and the students are now we are giving them the competences in relation to the industrial revolution. So all this digitalization that's happening in the industry, the additive manufacturing, modern mechatronics, photonics, lasers, logistics, all this that's happening in the modern industry. Then related to the electrical or green mobility, there are courses on the power transmissions, on the lightweight design, on the batteries, on fuel cells, solar panels. All this is also covered in our study. The environmental legislations are also changing the situation a lot. And we are talking about energy efficiency, more biodegradable products, lubricants, all these you will be or you will get competencies for this also if you enroll and come to our study. Then the demographical changing, the society is getting older and older, and of course the medicine has to do their job here. So with the implants, with some artificial organs and so on, and a lot of mechanical engineers from our faculty is working in this field also. That just now tells you how wide the mechanical engineers is and what we are trying to do at the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering to follow these directions, not just with the research, but also with the curriculums of the study. So for the students. And the faculty, we have 30 labs. These are the labs where research is going on. 50% of our activities research is dedicated to research. The other 50 is related to students. So to you, if you are coming to us, to be more competent, not just to the industrial world, but also for giving the competences to you. We organize those 30 labs now in 4 platforms: factories of the future, health, green and safe mobility, and sustainable energy. To be, we believe that we can be good, the best, and give those competences also to the students just if we collaborate with the industry. That's important from 2 aspects. One is to give the innovative ideas to life, and the second is to connect the students with the industry, not just the Slovenian industry, but also international industry. And for example, our students, they are running a special program, Formula Student, and one of the collaborators there or supporters there, it's also Male and some Croatian companies also. If we go now to the programs, so at our faculty we have all programs on all 3 levels of education. So the bachelor degree, we call it first cycle; the master degree, that's a second cycle; and then doctoral degree or the PhD study on the 3rd cycle. If you first go on the first level, so the bachelor degree, we distinguish between 2 of the bachelor degrees, or maybe just before going to the cycles. All the education programs at our faculty are accredited by the accreditation ASIN. That's a German organization. We are the only faculty of mechanical engineering in Slovenia that has this accreditation. And what this means is, or it proves, is that all the students that are finishing our programs are completely comparable with any student for other programs around the Europe. So if you go to the industry, you have the same competences than, for example, doing some study in Germany. Going back to the first cycle, so to the bachelor degree, we distinguish, be careful here, we distinguish two different bachelor degrees. One is more research oriented, the second one is more applied oriented. Why is this so? When we, or the students that are coming to the research oriented program, bachelor degree, we are giving them more theoretical competences with the idea that they will then continue on master study. So if you want to do master, then we advise go to the, our proposal would be go to the research and development oriented program of the bachelor degree. It's a 3-year program with single program. So it's not specified on different direction of the study. All the students will listen the same courses through 6 semesters. At the end, they will do the bachelor thesis, and then they are eligible to go to the master. To have an idea, we here focus more on the theory. You will be listening 4 courses in math, physics, materials, dynamics, then fluid dynamics, technologies, control. There are also a couple of possibilities to do some courses on the other faculties. So I think 2 or 3, but in general, this is like a straightforward program without much of choices. On the other side, we have then applied program that we will talk a bit later. If you want to, or what are the requirements if you want to apply or come to this study, you have to finish the this normal matura. You have to finish it by the end of the year. This year, then if you are working, the other option is that you are working on the vocational matura. So there is 1 course or 1 subject less. And if you want to come to the research-oriented program, you have to choose additional course or exam on matura, and that has to be mathematics. Because at the end, this, like I said, research program is more theoretical based, and math is one of the core competences there. So we have to do this additional exam. Or there is also the possibility for others, so people that are in the industry, employees, and they want to come back and study further. Any of the secondary high school programs that they did before 1995, it's okay, or you are eligible to apply. Of course, there can be the limitation in number of places that we hold for this study. And in that case, we will select the best of the applicants. We, in this case, take the achievement in the general matura, then your success in the 3rd and 4th year of the secondary school, success in mathematics, and one of the courses, physics or mechanics. Pretty much the same is for the candidates that are coming from this, like we said, vocational matura, and also the others, the older ones. If you want more information, go to our webpage. We will have more detailed information. On the other side, we have the professional study program. So this is like project-oriented applied program. In this case, we have common just the 1st year. So all the students that apply will have the same courses in 1st year. And then in 2nd year, they decide to go on one of 9 possible directions, 7 plus 2. Those 2 are related to the aircraft design and for the pilots. These are special 2 programs. General mechanical engineering programs are related to the energy, process engineering, design of machines, design of industry systems, production technologies, production engineering. So the students in second year, they decide for one of those programs. And from 2 years now, we have the possibility that almost half of the courses is related to your direction. The second half, a bit less, you can choose courses from other directions. So that means you can build your curriculum or your study program completely according to your needs or desires. When you finish these 3 years in project-oriented program and you change your mind and you want to go to the master study, it's still possible to do it. What you have to do is 2 extra courses, and these are 2 maths. So in your program, in this project-oriented program, there is a lack of maths to be ready for master, so we have to do 2 more exams. Good. The admission requirements pretty much the same, just that in this case, Matura or vocational Matura is completely enough, and you are eligible for the application. And of course, those employees or people that want to come back a bit later. Same, there are some limitations. We usually accept we will accept 165 students, plus these are the students from European Union. For non-EU members, we will accept additional 18 students. If there will be more applicants or applications, then again we will select the best ones, like I presented before. But we are checking Matura, last 2 years in secondary school, and those subjects or courses that are more relevant for our study. Good. Then, Valentina, please, a bit information about the enrollment.
Okay, so if you want to apply to first cycle study programs, you have to apply via EVASHO web portal. To keep in mind, there are deadlines that are really important. So for those of you who are citizens of EU member states and Slovenians without Slovenian citizenship, you have to apply in EVASHO web portal by 20th of March this year. This is the deadline for electronic application. And if you already completed high school, then this is also the deadline for you to upload all of the necessary documentation. And then for those of you who will basically complete the secondary education this year, you have to apply electronically by 20th of March, but then you also have the deadline to submit all of the supporting documents by 1st of August this year. Then citizens of non-EU countries, the main deadline for you to apply electronically via EVASHO web portal is 20th of April this year. This is also the deadline to submit all of the supporting documents if you already completed high school. And in case you will complete high school this year, in this case, you have to submit your electronic application by 20th of April. And then the 1st of August is the deadline for you to submit all of the supporting documents in EVASHO web portal. We can move on. At the same time, you will apply in EVASHO web portal. You will at the same time apply for the process of recognition of foreign secondary education. The whole process is conducted by the University of Ljubljana. So therefore, if you have any question regarding the recognition and submitting the final documents and also about the Matura certification, please visit directly the website of the University of Ljubljana. And you can also email them. We have written the emails of the office. This is basically the main office in charge of the recognition of foreign education at the university. We can move on.
Okay, so we have been talking now about the first cycle, so the bachelor degree. Finishing the bachelor degree, then you can go to the master study program. In this case, we have one master study program that lasts 2 years, 4 semesters, and it's directly, or the students directly orient themselves in one of the directions that we offer. So we have 6 let's say, 6 programs. One program is related to the engineering design, second one to the mechanics, third to energy engineering, process engineering, and then fifth and sixth are production engineering, and the last one mechatronics and laser technologies. So when the student is enrolled, he or she will decide for one of those directions. You will have the courses that are dedicated to this direction, but still, like I said, or like I described before, we have prepared this program so that the student is then able to a bit less than half of the courses choose also from the other directions. That means I would have, I don't know, I choose production engineering. I will have 4 courses per semester, and additional 3 courses that I have to do, I can choose from process engineering, mechatronics, whatever I want. So again, we can, or the students can arrange their study according to their who can enroll here. All the students that finish the bachelor degree in research-oriented program. If they finish the applied-oriented program, like I said, 2 additional exams have to be made, or they can come from any other study. But then in that case, we check if the competences are the same. If not, then we individually have this program that you will do some additional exams and get the same competences and be able to go on the master on thesis. Again, if you need some more information, go on the web page. From the first cycle, if there is a limitation, we check the average grade and diploma thesis grade, so all together, or only the average grade if there is no thesis, diploma thesis at the end, depends on the program. So, Valentina, I think it's pretty much the same, or we have to add something, or maybe I'll just add.
So basically for the master's program, the call for the enrollment will be published this month, presumably. It will be published on the University of Ljubljana's website and as well on the IVŠ web portal. Basically, if you want to apply to a master's degree program for our faculty, you have to apply the same via IVŠ web portal. But the only main deadline that you have to know is August 31. So this is the deadline for you to submit electronic application and all of the supporting documents. Then before enrolling, before basically applying to the master's degree programs, please write to me and to see if you have to complete any bridging exams before 4th of September this year. And the main documentation for revision at our faculty, you will need transcript of records and official syllabuses of listed subjects in English. And in case if you didn't complete study program yet, we need full curriculum of your study program in English, confirmed by its university in evidence of content and duration of education. If you have any questions about that, you can write directly to my email. Then also the main documentation you will need for recognition of foreign education. It is basically the scan of the bachelor diploma, scan of the bachelor's diploma supplement or transcript of records, also chronological description of the completed education and scan of the identity document. Basically for the second cycle studies, we at the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering are the ones that will basically run this process for all of the candidates who want to apply to our faculty. Then also one important thing to know is Year Plus. This is basically a model for international students in their first regular study year at the University of Ljubljana for the bachelor or master's degree programs. So basically this is Slovene as a foreign language, the basic level. You can learn it for free, and you can apply to this Year Plus model after you are accepted to our faculty and after you are actually applied to our faculty. You can apply directly to the Leto Plus. More information and all of the contacts are written in their website. So please go to their website. We can move on.
Yeah, there are some questions. I will answer them after this presentation. Let's go to the third cycle and then I'll return back to the questions. We have now presented the first two study programs, also on both levels, bachelor and master. Both of those programs are in Slovenian language. That's why this Year Plus is important. While then the third cycle, so the PhD study, it's also in English, so there is no limitation. It's a 4-year program where the students can basically do any of the topics that it's actual or that it's agreed between the supervisor and the students. Normally, that's more individual program. Officially, you have to do 4 exams and 2 seminars, and then prepare the topic for the PhD, where it has to be clear what the contribution to science and all the methodologies, procedures, research questions, and hypotheses have to be defined. What I would emphasize here is that related to the PhD study, we have so-called young researchers. That's a position. Normally, we have 10 to 11 positions per year, where each of the position is dedicated to one of the professors. And the students that apply to this position, they got paid scholarship for the PhD. They are employed in the faculty, as well as they get salary. So it's around 1,200 euros per month. And just now we have 11 open positions. And on 15th of March, there will be a call on the university for the applications. So if anybody is interested in the PhD on a 3rd level, so doing the PhD at our faculty, there is the possibility to have the scholarship and be employed for 4 years. The conditions for this are average grades 8 out of 10 in last study, so that means master thesis, and that you have not finished the master longer than 4 years ago. So within 4 years after the master, you are eligible for the PhD study. More information, again, I wouldn't really go through this, Valentina. If somebody is interested, go on the webpage and you will find a lot of information about that, because it's really individually dependent on studies. Again, Eva, sure, right?
Yes. Yeah. Basically the process for application is the same as for the bachelor web portal, and the deadline for application is to apply to doctoral study is based on conceptual design. This will also be requested of the list of programs. So basically we'll be the ones that will conduct recognition of foreign education when you apply for the doctoral study at our faculty. Scan of the master's diploma supplement or transcript of records be prepared, and some documentation that you have to upload EVOSHA web portal.
Study programs with 2 immediately after 3 years. If you are willing to do the master, you go more on the research applied bachelor. For 3 years, you are completely eligible, or you have all the competences for the research, for R&D departments, for leader positions. But if you going to the PhD, we find lectures that professors lecturing, and then in parallel, the students will have practical work, so work in the lab from 1 to 3 research, but also for the students. You can imagine practical work, so the lab works are so Besides the lecture and practical works, maybe these lectures are not obligatory, so you can be there or not, but the practical work, in lab works, the present, we are checking the attendance. It has to be 80% minimum. Beside the professors and assistants in the labs, we have tutors. These are the older students that we matters of the easier come to the whole study problem. We are still now located in the center of Ljubljana. Here one for the research, for the pharmacy. So pharmacy studies. So that will be like a technical campus close to the zoo in Ljubljana. So let's see, if you are coming to the first grade of bachelor, the end should be our team project. Usually there is an competition in US that they attend, and they have also they beat sometimes also MIT. Then we have former students that where the students, not just mechanical engineers, but also students from electrical engineering, they collaborate and do and race with those formulas. A project for students, we call it Open Lab. So that's a lab that equips and then present it to some conferences and in a bit closer. So the career center conferences for students on the left side, there's one such that's completely frequent or normal that the students in June, July, they work as a student, work and on real conferences. So I know that there was related to the employment. We guarantee the students that are coming out of our faculty are completely or 100% employable in we believe that the competences that are being given out to the students are more than successful or good for the industry. Will be proved with the some older students that finished, in our case, industry. Some more information you can get on our webpage, new webpage from September, Instagram, Twitter, and all this. Didn't get, yeah, you can write us an email. Did present everything. Studies. Can say all the Slovenian production industries are now looking for mechanical employment. Even abroad, we are, because of this accreditation and competences that we are giving to the students, we are completely, or the students, our students are completely comparable with the other students in Europe. There is another question, do we have studies for the auto industry? Automotive industry is one of the focuses of our curriculum, but not just that one, automotive, aerospace, energetic, and construction. These are like, and mechatronics. So according to the needs in the industry, we also are changing or adapting our program of education. That's why it has changed at the beginning of 2010, and now again in 2 years ago was changed, and in the middle was again like a small change, but now you are basically, if you will enroll, you will be the third year of a completely new program. Do you have a dormitory? Yes, we have. More information you can get on the University of Ljubljana.
Franci, I will just make a correction.
Yeah.
The University of Ljubljana does not offer to students dormitories or accommodation, but yeah, you can basically apply for student dormitory at študentski domovi. But they are held separately, separately of the University of Ljubljana. So University of Ljubljana does not offer own capacities for regular students in the dormitories. And if you want to apply for the dormitories, go to študentski domovi because their applications are held separately and they get filled up really quickly.
Okay, thank you. Then The fourth question is related to the entrance exam. So what the entrance exam for foreign students looks like. We don't have any entrance exam for foreign students. I don't know for which level of the study are you talking now about, but as I said before, for the bachelor, we will check the matura, we will check the success in the last 2 years of the secondary school and success in math and physics and mechanics. If you're coming to the master degree, then we will check your average grade of the diploma thesis and the exams, all the exams on the bachelor, if you're coming for the master. If you're coming for the PhD, then it's again on what you have done or how good you were in the master. And if you want to get to this position of young researcher, you have to have more than 80% success, so 8 out of 10. Yeah, if there is more the time question, just write me, then it's easier to answer to which degree or which study are you more focused. Then it's a question, the fifth question, do you take your best students to the competitions? Yes, we have more activities for the best students. There are supports for the competitions. This can be national or international ones. Two I have already presented, this formula and design build flight. Then it's also more, this is more related to the basic studies. So we had last year one really successful student in mathematics. So he was completely supported by the faculty to be on this competition. So we encourage and support those students. What is also really interesting is that each year we give the awards to best 3 students in each year. And those students have then a free excursion in one of the known companies. This year, those students will go to Ferrari, Ducati, and one more this company that's there. I don't agree on something like that. So yeah, it's like an awards too for those students. Good. These were 5 questions. Any more questions? Seems not. Then this presentation, I can say it's over. Thank you for the attendance. If you have any question later, do not hesitate to contact us, write us on emails, you can go on webpage or any of the social media. We are always there to help and answer. Thank you so much and have a nice day.